What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jules, and today we're going to be talking about my 1-year ownership with my 2019 Honda Civic Type R, and I'm going to be going over every single mod that I have done to the car in over a year and a review on the car as well. Also, I want to thank everyone that's been supporting the channel and buying the merch. I really appreciate it. I'm actually wearing the hoodie right now as well. If you really want to support the channel, click the link in the description and go over to the website and cop some merch. All right, before we get into the video, let's talk about the car first. This is a 2019 Honda Civic Type R. The color is rally red. It is a beautiful red. It pops. It's in your face. It matches all the little red trim accents around the little red stripe around the lip, the wheels, the emblems. Everything matches perfectly. This color is beautiful. It pops. It's in your face. Let's talk about the miles in the car. So let's just jump right into the car. Put your hand behind the door. It unlocks the door for you, and you got these beautiful red Alcantara Type R seats that hug your shoulders, your sides, your thighs. Amazing. Let's go in here and see how many miles we have, because I don't even know how many miles we have. So got that nice little display, and we have 2,738 miles. In a whole year, I've only put 2,738 miles on the car. So that is not a lot of miles for a year. Usually, if someone has a brand new car for a year, they usually have about 10,000 miles on the car, or close to 10,000 miles on the car. So yeah, I definitely have not driven this car a lot for owning it for a year. Having 2,783 miles in the car is basically still brand new. Another thing that's also contributing to not having a lot of miles on this car as well is that I bought this car in 2019 in November when it was extremely cold, and on this car it had summer tires. So it's already December now. It is not recommended to, of course, drive this car with these summer tires in the cold, especially under 45 degrees. And it has been under 45 degrees. The high has been like 38. Car basically set from November to springtime. Then I started doing stuff to it and driving the car, and now the same thing is probably going to happen again. And the reason why they recommend not driving this car in the winter, of course, you're not supposed to drive summer tires in the wintertime, and that's why I changed my different wheel setup. I put back my all seasons back on it because wintertime is here, and took my summer tires off my Agent SI as well. But for these special rubber band summer tires that don't even have any meat on the tire, this is basically no protection for the rim. If you put your nail into this tire, right, there's no softness to this. Pause. This thing is hard as a rock. So imagine this thing not sticky at all on the cold, hard pavement. This thing is not going to have no traction for all the power, 306 horsepower. This thing, you can barely even put your nail in. I'm trying to like dig my nail into it, and my nail is not even, nothing is happening. It's hard. This thing is hard as a rock. But summertime, it is super sticky. So that is the reason why it's important not to drive this under 45 degrees weather. Let's go ahead and back the car up. I know you guys probably want to hear the car again. So this car does have, as a Dream Automotive hard-lag catless downpipe, the Remus front pipe, and the Remus valve catback exhaust system. So let's go ahead and start her up and back her out. So we're gonna leave it warm up for a minute. I hope you guys enjoy some of the revs with the catless downpipe and with the Remus exhaust. It sounds amazing, it sounds beautiful, and I really never show it with the day running lights on. Man, the day running lights and the front end of the aggressiveness of the Type R definitely makes the car look very aggressive. I love the day running light LED design that they did for the headlight. It's amazing. I usually do this for all of my cars. I did it for this car as well. Usually I do like a yearly review of every single mod that's done to the car, so I'll go ahead and do one for the Type R since I've never done it for the Type R for this year. So the first thing that I did when I bought this car was get a car cover for the car, because I knew the car was going to be sitting and I did not want to just have the car sitting in all the elements, snow, rain, all types of debris from the trees, sap, etc, etc. So I went ahead and bought a Honda OEM car cover, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the car cover right now. This is the Honda OEM car cover right here. Of course, it's kind of all bundled up together. It is a big car cover. This is by Honda. It's perforated. I am not a big fan of this car cover. I highly recommend you guys do not get this car cover. The reason why I don't recommend you guys get the car cover is after, I will say, 3 to 4 months, I guess the sun, the rain, the elements, whatever material they make out of the car cover, it shreds, and all of the, I guess, material they make out of it turns into dust. And when you wash your car, you put the car cover on, and when it rains and it dries up and everything, that dust gets underneath your car, and it's like you never washed your car. So it's kind of like a waste. I mean, it protects the car from the elements, bird droppings, etc, etc, but the thing is, you're going to be washing your car constantly. So highly recommend you guys do not get this, but then I kind of highly recommend you guys do get it. So I use 2 car covers, so I highly recommend you guys get the Covercraft car cover. So this one, if it rains, it's a bad rainstorm, no water, no residue from this is a different material, of course. This is very thin. No water will touch your car. As you guys can see, the car looks brand spanking new. It looks clean. I just took it off from this car cover. It looks like I just washed the car. Highly recommend you guys get the Covercraft car cover. This one will protect your car a lot better. The only thing that it won't protect your car from, if it was hailing or something fell on the car, because as I was telling you guys, the material on this is very thin. So I use a combination. So I'll put this car cover on, then I'll put this car cover on. It might seem like overkill, but it's not, because this is pretty thin. As you guys can see, I'm pinching it right now, and that's thin. Of course, I'm pinching this. This is pretty thick. So I'm gonna post a link in the description of where you can buy both of these car covers. So check out the link in the description if you're deciding to get a Type R and you want to get a car cover. I'm gonna post the link in the description of both of these so you guys can cop one. Another thing, guys, with me personally, I know I enjoy getting nice sport cars. It could be a Honda, any type of sport car. I always love to do my research on the car. Number one issue with this car is the paint on this car is very soft and very thin. And what I mean by that is that if you buy this car, you drive it, somebody's car kick up a rock, debris, any type of elements, it is very easy to scratch the paint on and get fine scratches and little scratches on this paint because of how soft the paint is on this car. So after doing my research and finding out about that, and the first day I brought this car home and I washed it, another thing is that I found out is this car has a lot of stuff going on. It has a lot of nooks and crannies going on. And what I mean nooks and crannies, I mean this. So when you get up to like the grill, water gets trapped underneath here, especially all of these little louvers or diamond shaped things. Water gets stuck in here, and the water just sits here, and it's a pain in the butt to try to soak up this water with a microfiber towel. Another thing is the hood scoop traps a lot of water underneath there. So when you start driving and if it's still wet underneath there, the water will get all over your hood, your window shield. A lot of water gets trapped underneath there. Another thing back here, it's the same thing. This wing, when it comes time to dry this wing, there's a lot of nicks and crannies underneath the wing, on top of the wing. There's a lot of water that gets trapped behind this hatch and sits there as well. And then the same thing back here as well. There's a lot of water to get trapped right back here as well. This window trim is a big thing as well. A lot of water gets trapped all along the side of the window trim. I did my research and found out a lot of people get this car detailed and ceramic coated. First thing I did was get it detailed, ceramic coated, and clear bronze. I highly recommend you guys detail, ceramic coat the car, or if you guys want to, I highly recommend you guys put some wax on the car and ceramic coat the car yourself. So I highly recommend that as well. Another thing I recommend is getting the whole front end of the car PPF. If you guys don't know what PPF is paint protection film. So what it is a clear film that goes over the whole hood, the hood scoop, the fenders, the headlights, the front grille, the whole front bumper, the fog lights, the side mirrors as well. For this car I did some extra parts as well, and I actually PPF extra right here on this corner. You can probably see the edge of the film right here. I did this 8 pillar right here by the front window shield, so it could be protected from rock chips and debris. And I also did the whole side skirt, the whole fenders PPF, and I did the whole side skirt on the side all the way from back here. The reason I did that because, as you guys can see, the side skirt is pretty low to the ground with stock height, so any type of debris, tar, or anything will definitely hit the side of the side skirt, and of course it will chip off the paint. I also PPF right back here as well, from right here all the way to down here as well. So I don't know if you guys can see where the PPF, yep, right there. I PPF this whole side little piece right here from rocks kicking up from the end of the back of the tire and hitting the bumper. So I did a little PPF right there. The only thing I wish I had did, and I'll let you guys know on before I got the whole car ceramic coated, I wish that I PPF right along the bottom of the bumper right here. Right here gets a bunch of fine little scratches. I see a lot of the new 2020 type R's from the factory by Honda will have like a little clear film that goes back on the bumper. So I wish I had did that, because right here with the paint being so soft on the bumper, plastic bumper, and it's not a lot of paint back here, it's so easy for back here to get scratched up. So I'll leave that for a tip for you guys. If you guys can get like a little PPF back here on the back bumper. The next thing that I bought, these WeatherTech matte, and it does not interfere with the pedals at all. I still got the blue sticker from the factory on the gas pedal. That's crazy. I keep forgetting to take that off, so that is still on there. If you get a brand new car, you want to keep your carpet clean and you want your job easy when it's time to vacuum or clean your carpet, highly recommend you get WeatherTech matte, because when it's time to vacuum, it's usually just the edges around the WeatherTech matte that you have to clean, and it saves you a lot of time. We'll have it for the passenger side as well. Also for the rear, I also have the WeatherTech mattes back here as well. It goes over that hump and it's all one piece. I have not had any issues with the rear seat, and of course, like I said, this car only has 2,700 miles, so it's still brand new. I haven't seen any crazy wear back here, so that is pretty dope. Even on the doors back here as well. Same thing with the front. The front is Alcantara on the door and the full Alcantara seats for a year with 2,700 miles. Still looks very red, fresh. Even the bolsters right here still look good, brand new, fresh. One thing I was very worried about is these bolsters wearing. I do have a remedy in an upcoming video that I am going to share with you guys, so definitely stay tuned to the channel of what I have planned to make these last and look really good for a long time, because I have seen some Type R seats and over time they wear out really bad and they look terrible. So I've seen some already, so I have a remedy to prevent that for the future, because I can't imagine how much a new seat is going to cost, and I know you guys probably don't want to know as well. Same thing over here. The Alcantara looks basically brand new, fresh, looks very good. That I did when I first got the car was I upgraded all the lights to LED. So the map light back here, the lights in the front right here, those are all LED. Even the reverse light, I upgraded it to LED because it was a stock halogen bulb. Even the brake light, I upgraded to LED as well. So let me pop the trunk. I also upgraded the trunk light to LED as well. So basically all of the lights are upgraded to LED, and I have videos on all of installing these parts on the car as well. This is actually made by Honda, and it says Type R on there, and this is called a cargo tray mat for the trunks. This is pretty neat. It's kind of like a WeatherTech mat as well, but it put protection around the whole sides of it, so if you want to put anything, it's going to have some type of grip. It's not going to slide too much back here, so that is pretty neat and dope. The Honda created this, and it says Type R as well. Another thing that the car comes with is this little protector, so you can hide stuff in the trunk right here, and this comes with the car by Honda. It's pretty neat and nice. And then it also has this as well that goes across, and it hooks on to the little side right here. And this also has like another protection from Honda as well. This comes with the car as well, so that is pretty neat and nice that you have 2 layers of protection from the top and from the side of the back of the window. The next thing that I did to this car was the valve stem cap. So from factory, Honda puts green valve stem cap right here, and it definitely throws off the wheel, especially when it's rolling. So they actually make Type R valve stem caps that say Type R on there. I know, crazy, right? The stuff they come up with, so you could spend extra money, but by changing that valve stem cap, it changes the whole look of the car when it's rolling. So definitely had to get rid of those valve stem cap, gloss back wheel to have this beautiful uniform look. The Type R's in Canada comes from the factory with this sticker right here. So this is a Honda OEM sticker that actually comes on the Type R in Canada stock, and it says VTEC Turbo. I feel like this should have came on all the Type R's, no matter what car you bought it in America, Canada, the UK. This should have been a factory thing because it pops and cleans up the back as well. And this car does has VTEC and it is turbo, so that is dope. But I had to get the OEM sticker and throw it on the car, and it looks beautiful, so definitely have to throw that on there. So the next thing that I did was get this car tinted. So as you guys can see, this is a fairly big car compared to the previous like 8th gen Honda Civic that I have here. As you can see, these windows are pretty big and a lot of light comes in there, but the headline and everything is black, so I had to get this car tinted. What I did personally was 15% all around and then 5% strip in the front. So that's what I went with personally. I definitely like this look. It looks very stealthy, it looks very uniform, and this is how the side looks. And you guys can probably still see the steering wheel. It's not that dark at all. You can still see the steering wheel, you can still see inside of the car a lot, so not bad at all. The next thing that I did was upgrade the orange side markers to LED amber side markers, so at nighttime it is very bright and it pops as well. So basically all of the little bulbs that you can swap in this car, I went ahead and upgraded them to LED. Let's jump back inside the interior, because I believe after I did the LED interior lights, we did a bunch of Honda accessories in this car. So the first one, let's talk about the door seal. So this is a Honda accessory. It's an add-on that you can add for your Type R. As you guys can see, it's a bit lit up red and it says Type R. I still have the plastic on there for protection for a little bit while, for longevity and stuff like that. So that's how it looks. So every time you open up the door at night, it says Type R and it lights up every time you open up the door. So that is a pretty nice touch, and it puts a little bit of protection for when you get in and out of the car, because this is pretty big. It's about what, 3 fingers, so it's a little steep that you have to put your leg over to get inside of the car. Second thing that I did was the console ambient light that lights up red at night as well. So while you're in the car driving and the headlights are on, this is lit up red and it looks sick at night. So this whole little thing is lit up red. That is another Honda accessory that is an add-on as well, and I have video installs of all of these on the channel as well that you can check out. Another one is there is a footwell light at the bottom of this as well, so it's right here. So what it does is basically at nighttime while you're driving, it shoots a red amber light to where your feet is. So that is a nice little add-on touch by Honda as well. So while you're driving, it's going to be like a little red amber light that's pointing down at your feet. So they have that for the driver's side and the passenger side as well. And the fourth thing that's an add-on inside of this car as well, that one of my favorite interior parts that's add-on by Honda, is the wireless charger. So right here in the middle, there's a wireless charger where you can charge your iPhone or your Android. And a lot of people ask me about this feature, so let me go ahead and show you guys this. As usual, you get in your car, you start it up, the car purrs. Of course, this car that I have, my crazy car, it purrs. You guys could probably hear it, but let me go ahead and close the door. Let me give you guys a little rev. And you can hear the turbo whistle. It's beautiful. Beautiful. It's like a harmony. And this car has amazing insulation out the gate. This car, it quiets down a lot. So when you even have the car shut off, and if somebody's outside talking, you can barely hear them. So Honda did an amazing job with the insulation in this car. Let's talk about the wireless charger that you can add on for the Honda Civic Type R and other previous 10 gen Civics as well. It stays light up green, and then what you do is you basically take your phone. Here's my phone. It also has the auto box on here with the phone case on here. This is an iPhone 10, so you basically put it here. I drop my phone here. It fits here perfectly, as you guys can see. I drop it there and it's charging. So let me take it out, and it's, see, the charge goes away, and as soon as I drop it on the phone charger, it says it's charging. So that is dope. You can see the plus sign, and it turned green, and you can see the lightning bolt. I said plus sign. The lightning bolt, it turns green, and while you're driving, you can charge your phone cordless. So that is pretty neat. It's insane what you could do with these up-to-date cars. And mine is a 2019. A lot of them are coming, but sport cars are coming with wireless chargers inside of the car. So that is a pretty nice and dope feature as well. As you guys can see, the light turned yellow to let you know that the phone is charging. So that is one of my favorite features, and it is dope as well. So I talked about the footwell lights, I talked about the lights on the side, I talked about the door sills, I talked about the wireless charger. The other thing I did was, for every Type R, it has this big screen right here. I actually did a screen protector for the navigation. So there's a screen protector that goes all the way to the edge, and I also have made a video about this. So this whole thing has a screen protector, and you guys could probably see a little bit of the edge right there for the buttons, but it is all protected from fingerprints and you scratching up your head unit with this big screen. I can't imagine how much it costs to replace this as well if you scratch it up. And this phone charger works for the bigger iPhones. I believe the Max is what they call the new iPhones. My dad has the Max, and his with the auto box as well that he has on there fits perfectly, so that is a plus as well. Another thing that I do have is in the OBD2 port right here is, and you guys can probably see it flashing a little bit, I have the tuning software. This car has not been tuned yet. I have this Bluetooth K-tuner OB2 that's plugged in here, and what it does is basically allow you to get all of the readings from the car. So the engine coolant temperature, the air and fuel ratio. There's an app on the actual navigation that shows it. So let me show you guys real quick. You can also kind of like jailbreak the head unit as well, and you can install a bunch of apps like YouTube, etc., etc. So if you click the area right here, you have the K-tuner tuner view app right here. So when you click this and the car is running, you get, the app pops up and it tells you all of the different readings for the car. So it looks like that. So it tells you your miles per hour, how hot the engine is getting, and you have your engine coolant temperature. When you're driving, you can see the temperature drop dramatically. When you come to a standstill, you can see how high it gets as well. And if you guys don't know, if you track this car, it does get really hot and it overheats. So definitely you want to keep an eye on that with this. So mine right now is at 185. Before it hits the intercooler is 104. After it hits the intercooler, it goes down to 87. And that's your air fuel ratio. So it'll tell you if your car is running smooth. 14.7, 14.6, 5. That's usually normal. Anything lower than that is running lean, and it's very bad. So that is dope that it lets you know you have your TPS, throttle position sensor, so how much throttle you're giving the car. It tells you right there. You can hear that turbo whistle. You got your voltage for your battery, and then you got your ignition, and then you got your RPMs, and then you got your PSI map, and it also tells you on the car as well. So as you guys see that it tells you -10, right, and it shows all the different numbers, right? They also have it right here on the car as well. So that is pretty dope that you have it built into the car, and then it tells you on this app as well. So that is pretty dope, right? That is dope. I also did the Mugen visors, Mugen ventilated visors, and what it basically does is you could crack the window if it's raining a little bit and no water would get inside of it, so the water just runs off of the ventilated visor for the front and the rear. And it says Mugen as well on back here. It's kind of hard to see, but it has the Mugen logo. We just talked about the Mugen visors, the VTEC turbo sticker, the upgraded LED balls for the side markers, the tint. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. All right guys, so I went ahead and popped the engine. Let's talk about the engine mods that I did. So the first engine mod that I did for this car was the oil catch can back here. So, and what it basically does, any type of blow by or oil. So I did that as soon as I got the car. So early on, I think about 500 miles, I threw that on the car. This is by Mishimoto. You know, all you got to do is unloosing it at the bottom when it's time to do the oil change, and dump the oil out and screw it back on, and it will catch that oil. And I'll share with you guys my first oil change experience as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. Another thing that I did on the car that was for the performance was I changed stock filter and put a K&N filter in there, and it definitely makes a difference. A lot of people have done results and have seen an additional 5 horsepower gain. Another thing that I went with was this beautiful catless downpipe, and this one is called a Dream Automotive Hard Lag catless downpipe. It's called hard lag because it has like a heat shield that can stand up to heat for about 1200 Celsius, which is insane. And right now it is pretty cool. It's a little warm, but I had the car running for a while, and usually with a stock downpipe you can feel that heat. It is in your face. You're like, dang, I'm sweating over the engine bay. But this, it definitely is pretty cool. It's just in this area. Usually you can feel it over here, but it's like right, my hand is right here, and it's barely keeping my hand warm. So that is amazing. So I went ahead and got the hot side P2P turbo blanket, and man, this makes a world of a difference. I'm telling you guys, it makes a world of a difference, and it keeps the heat in one place. This is a game changer, guys. The other thing that I did was the front pipe, which you guys can't see. It's underneath the car, underneath the tray. There's a tray underneath the car to get to the oil and the oil filter. I did the Remus front pipe, and I did the Remus catback exhaust. So let me show you guys that. You guys can see the exhaust tip is angled. It has like a cut to it. It's chrome, it's polished, and this exhaust has a valve inside of it. It's probably pretty dark so you guys can see, but you can open and close the valve and it will be completely quiet. So guys, I don't want to make this video too long. My review on this car is an amazing car. If you're looking to pick this car up as a daily, this will probably be the perfect daily for you. For the power and the gas mileage you're gonna get out of this car, this is probably the perfect in between car and the best daily comfort, etc., etc. You got all the different drive modes. You got R plus mode, you got sport, you got comfort. All three of those modes are amazing. I'm telling you, R plus mode wakes every inch of horsepower and torque out of this car. It turns into a beast. It's like the sound of the car changes, the rev matches changes, the car also rev matches. So as soon as you push the clutch in and I'm popping in third, it goes room. It does it automatically for you. It's amazing. You can turn it off and on if you want. It's amazing. It's a crazy driving experience that you're gonna get from the Type R. A lot of the guys in our Type R group is gonna have another track day in the spring. Before I do anything else to the car, I want to go ahead and track the car with a stock suspension. But that's it for the end of the video. If you guys enjoy this video, definitely smash the like button. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel, because I have a lot of videos coming for the Type R and the 8th gen Honda Civic Si. So definitely stay tuned, and the other cars that I've shared on this channel as well. And also hit the notification bell so you can be notified when a new video drop. But that's it, guys. If there's anything that you guys want to achieve, find your inner drive, the thing that drives you to take a step toward your goals every single day, and make it happen. Peace.